All right, so 1-8 is officially the last stage in World 1. It is also our first castle. The boss here is not too terribly tough, but we'll get there at the end. This stage is actually pretty tame comparatively. I'm just going to apologize right now. We've got drainage and some allergy stuff going on, so if I clear my throat a little bit, that is why. So we'll go ahead and get started. So the very beginning, there's this little really neat looking it's like a wheel or a big tumbler, and there's 2 red coins on the top. So what I normally do here is I jump and I skip this entire slope, and you can land right here on this thing, and I do a quick jump just to get both coins. You want to run to the edge here, and right as you're about to jump, throw a neutral to get these 2 red coins. I kind of throw the neutral and jump at the same time. And then I jump off that pinwheel. Jump. And I jump off that pinwheel. You can make that jump if you flutter a little bit, but that will throw off. You need to get these 2 red coins. So I do a full jump here, and you want to get... You can do this however you want. But you want to grab this one ideally on the way down, and then grab the other one on the way up, like that. In the next section here, I land right about here, and these lava bubbles are kind of RNG. So I land here, and as I'm jumping off of that, I kind of I think I let go of B. Nope, I just start aiming the egg. I start aiming the egg from the bottom, and in your goal, there's 3 red coins here. I think I missed one of them. I throw the egg. You kind of want to throw it through the middle so that it gets all 3 of them. So I got all 3 of those 3. And then there's 2 here that I got, and I missed one, which is okay because you're actually going to make a loop up here and come back around. But what I always try to do here, and you don't have to do this, it just gives you an extra egg. And I jump as that egg is coming back, and I retongue it and grab it. And so I come up here, and as I'm running, there's a red coin here. You'll watch my input display here. I just quickly do, as I'm running through these coins, as I get this last coin, I very quickly do a slide from B to A very quickly. And what that does is it throws it jumps and throws a neutral, and the egg will ricochet in such a way that it will crack on this flower as a red egg and get 2 stars. And it's worth noting that you don't have to do the star route for this stage. I do it just to showcase it, what it looks like. But there is a mid-ring at the end that you probably should take during your first runs. I usually skip it just because you're not that far into the run at this point. But as a when you're first starting out, you definitely want to take that mid-ring. So just as I said, quickly from B to A, just like that. And then the egg will crack right as Yoshi's coming down usually, and give you 2 stars and get the flower. And because even though I missed this coin earlier, I just come right back down and grab it. So there's a few little weird mechanics in this room. One of which is actually involved with these waterfalls, believe it or not. So what I do first thing I in this room is I run to the edge, kind of to the middle of this little platform here. And I jump, and then I let go of B and just hold forward. And then I come up, and you kind of have to just get used to the timing of this. This guy will stop shooting. If you try to jump through this while he's shooting, you will not make it through. It pushes Yoshi back, and he physically can't go through there. So you wait till he stops, and then I jump. Kind of flutter. I fluttered a little bit because I jumped a little too soon. And then I eat that guy or put him in my mouth, and then you want to bounce off the second guy to get an extended flutter. And depending on where you bounce off that guy, you may need to use this waterfall to gain a little bit of extra height. So weird mechanic here. When Yoshi, you'll see me hang out under this waterfall. When water is pouring onto your head from a waterfall, it gives Yoshi's flutters extra height. And you don't have to do this. Some people do this room a little bit quicker. They do the extended flutter and go straight up to the left. What I do is I kind of hang out under that waterfall for just a second to give me some extra height. And then I do another flutter here and land up and go in here because there's a flower here. So right as you come in here and regain control of Yoshi, I jump and turn around. The reason I jump is because if you try to turn around and you do it wrong, you'll end up going back in this pipe, and you'll end up wasting anywhere between 5, 6, 7 seconds or something ridiculous. So I jump and then turn around so that I don't accidentally go back into this pipe. So I jump, turn around, and then throw a neutral, and it will crack off the flower and give me anywhere between 1 and 2 stars. Luckily, I got both of them here. And then when you get back in here, nothing hard, just flutter across, get the flower, and then flutter into this next room. So again, when you regain control of Yoshi, you're not going to turn around this time. As soon as you regain control, just throw a neutral, and then jump and grab these coins, and then through the mid-ring. So you'll throw a neutral. As you're jumping, get these coins, and then this will crack on this star cloud as a red egg. And it will give you 2 stars plus the 5 that's inside, plus the 10 that you're getting from the mid-ring. So that's 17 stars. So even if you'd only get 1 from the little turnaround flower shot over here, you'll be at 13. If you get all of these stars here, you'll be at 30. And that's where you want to be if you're doing the star route. So you just kind of get everything and go out. So I just kind of do a little quick jump, get down here. You can eat that guy if you need an extra egg. So immediately when you come in here, you want to hit this block with your head. And as soon as that thing... You don't want to move too fast here because as it's spinning, those spikes will hit you. So you jump up here. And a lot of people, what they do is they'll stop right here and just kind of start aiming an upshot and let it angle a little bit and then throw it. I miss that a lot for some reason. I don't really know why. So I kind of walk up a little bit directly underneath it. And there's that green block that you use to spin these. There's a red one up here. And you throw an egg to hit it, to turn the red ones. Then I jump and do a little... You don't have to flutter there. I don't know why I did. So you run across, get these 3 red coins. And I did this a little bit slow. You want to jump up here and throw the egg sooner than I did so that it bounces this pot closer to the edge. And then push. And a little bit of tiny little speed tech you can do here is when you jump up and you throw that, you push. When keys... come out of pots like you'll see in 2.8. We actually do this several times in 2.8. The keys, you can't just run through the key automatically to get it as soon as it comes out of the pot. It has iframes, I guess, for lack of a better term. But if it comes out and you tongue it, then it instantly gets pulled toward Yoshi and becomes active so you can get it. So as this pot is falling, the key flies out and you can tongue it to get it faster versus having it bounce around down here. So as I'm coming off of here, I start aiming an egg and I lock it in a downward angle and I fall through here. And as you're running, you don't want to fall down here. If you fall down here, you're going to lose a crap load of time because you have to go all the way back around. So you want to run across and just throw your downward shot there to get that flower. You're carrying a key, so you can only get 5 eggs. Get your 5 eggs, run up here, get those 2 red coins, and as soon as you get those 2 red coins, throw a neutral, and it will bounce up. And I almost missed it here, but you want to make sure that the neutral bounces up and gets that flower before you go in the door. Because if you don't get that flower, if you miss that, you cannot go back through this door. And needless to say, that loses a ton of time. So what I do here is you want to jump up and snag this with your tongue. Kind of do some quick jumps to get up here. And then on my input display, you'll see I push B and Y at the same time. And I jump. And then immediately jump off of that thing. And then flutter a little bit. So what you can do now here, if you have 30 stars and you're confident in your ability with Salvo, you can just grab this and just jump up here and kind of spit it the same way you did and jump up to the door. But I grabbed this mid-ring just to I don't know why I did it for the tutorial. But anyway, I would suggest grabbing this when you're in a run, especially when you're first starting. That way, if you get hit, and which is very possible, you can get hit during this boss fight, and if you do, it is almost impossible to make up stars. So what you can do is you can take a quick death in the lava, and you'll start right here. And I think I timed it one time. It only wastes anywhere between 15, maybe anywhere between 15 and 20 seconds. If you kind of mash to get back in the level quicker, you know, all that stuff. So it's not this hugely debilitating thing if you take this mid-ring. And it provides a huge safety net, especially early on. So anyway, spit it out and jump up, go in here, and time for the boss. So Kamek will come in, little slime will drop. Kamek comes in, makes his spiel, and Salvo jumps up to the ceiling. And then drops down as a much bigger slime. And he'll grow a little bit bigger. Okay, so I did not do this optimally. You will see very clearly that I did not do this optimally. I still did it, you know, I still did this moderately fast, but not anywhere near what the optimal strat is. And I didn't feel like re-recording this entire stage just to get this perfect fight. So basically the gist of this fight is you want to, as you throw eggs through him, other little slimes will pop out, and they can hit you if you run into them wrong. So ideally when you're throwing eggs at Salvo, you don't want to be right next to him. So he will start the fight off immediately. Every time, it's not RNG, he will start the fight off every time by jumping up and kind of backwards. So your very first shot needs to be a jump up and a horizontal shot. And I kind of threw another one there, and I messed up a little bit, ate some eggs there, and I threw another one. So what you want to do, there is a set egg pattern that you can throw here, and I messed it up. But as he's bouncing, once he starts bouncing toward you, you want to kind of hover above him and throw up shots, because they do that, and they hit him a lot of times. So, I mean, there's really not much else to say about that, except that you, like I said, you can get hit, and then you'll see as when I'm over here on the. Okay, now there over here at the very far right, there is a place where you can fall in, which honestly you're not usually worried about that in the fight, because you have to really be trying to fall in there. But it conveniently for 100% can be a way to instantly kill yourself if you get hit, because lava will kill Yoshi instantly. So if you end up getting hit here, you can break eggs on Salvo, but he has to be doing this weird little shake thing that he does, and if you egg him while he's doing that, the egg will break. But it's almost impossible to time a red egg shot to make it hit while he's doing that. So if you get hit, I wouldn't even worry about Baby Mario. If you get hit and he's flying around somewhere, you've already lost. I mean, this is a speed run. It's a 100% speed run. So you've already lost 100%. So the fastest way to recover is just to kill yourself. If you get that mid-ring. If you did not get that mid-ring, then you're SOL. That's run over, probably. Depending on if you want to reset or not. But having to replay 1-8, I mean, you just lost several minutes there. So anyway, that's about the only other thing that's worth noting about this fight is if you get hit in 100% and you took that mid-ring before the boss door, let Baby Mario just do whatever he wants and come down here and kill yourself so you can quickly get loaded back into the stage. And I'm trying to think yeah, okay, so if you have to do that, the fight changes a little bit because I'll just go and let this play out. If you get hit and have to kill yourself and come back into the fight changes, because I believe as you spawn back in, you spawn in with no eggs, meaning you will have to wait. You will have to wait for these little yellow slimes to just randomly fall down so you can make an egg to start shooting. So you will, I mean, you've already gotten hit, so you've already lost time, you've already had to die and respawn. At this point, if you're at that point, it's just damage control. How much, it's just reducing the amount of time that you've already lost, or you know, keep yourself from losing any more. So anyway, it's probably a longer spiel than I needed to make about Salvo, but I thought it was important to know that you do have a backup if you take that mid-ring. So you get the key, just a little bit different ending animation for most levels. And that's it for 1.8, and that is it for World 1. So I will rewind and we will watch it, and you guys can see what it looks like from start to finish.